welcome to Train Like a Gymnast. So glad you are here. Today we're gonna be doing lower body flexibility. So I know I need this because I did a leg workout a couple days ago and I'm still a little bit sore. So what we're gonna be doing is 45 seconds for each stretch. They're about 10, I didn't exactly count. And we're gonna start from the top and kind of work our way down and through everything. So follow along as best you can. If you need a strap or a towel or something to give you a little extra kind of leverage, go ahead and grab that now. And you're gonna need like a couch or a wall or a chair or something that you can hold onto for this first one. So to get started, you're gonna put your shin against whatever surface is nearby, okay? Now, if you use your entire shin against it, it's gonna be really intense. So the way that you can bring it and make it less intense is you bring your knee out a little further, okay? The further the knee is away from that surface, the more accessible it'll be. I would recommend using yoga blocks or holding on to something nearby. And then once you're able to get into this lunge position, you're gonna gently squeeze the back glute. If you don't feel much here, scoot that knee in, and then it's not gonna look pretty getting into it, but we're gonna hang out here for 45 seconds. So time begins now, and you're gonna breathe. You're gonna try to keep your opposite hip from lifting and twisting. So press that hip down, squeeze that back glute very, very gently, okay? You will definitely feel it. There is no doubt in my mind that you will feel this all through your quad and your hip flexor. So take yourself to your happy place. Think about, rainbows and sunshine and palm trees and happy stuff. You're almost there. You got about 10 more seconds and then we'll do the other side. So this should be about 15 minutes because we are doing everything 45 seconds each side. And then for the stuff that doesn't have each leg, is just 45 seconds. Go ahead, come out of that, switch legs, other leg. Up to you if you want to put the shin right against it or scoot the leg out. Bring the opposite leg in front. You can use your hand, that's totally fine. Gently lift up. Feel the stretch in the quad. Breathe. You can either hold on behind you, put your hand here, stack yoga blocks, grab onto something, check in with that hip, keep it down, and then gently squeeze the back glute. Breathe, work with that breath. You're doing great. This is just the beginning. If you're like, nope, I'm not doing this, I'm not able to do that, do not turn me off. Give it your best. And remember, you probably will feel it before you even go up into this lunge, okay? So if you kind of look like this right now and it's really intense, then stay here. Maybe you try this. You try to sit up here without bringing that leg in front. Trust me, you'll feel it. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Come out of that gently and slowly. Okay. So the next one is called Captain Morgan. I don't know who named this, but instead of just doing a regular lunge straight forward, you're gonna go diagonal, right? So if you're looking at me straight on, I'm gonna bring my leg out to the side and I'm gonna lean diagonally and come back in, okay? We're doing this 45 seconds on each side. So from here, out 45 degrees, lean and come back. It's okay if the knee kind of goes over the heel, that's fine. You can scoot the leg out further. You can go a couple different angles, but just checking in with your hips. Ooh, my knee just popped. You can go out to the side, but you wanna see how this is feeling here, all right? Got about 15 more seconds. If you feel something, stay down there for a little bit, bring it back. And remember, we're gonna do this on both sides. So kind of hang around, figure out which angle is a little tougher. Good, other side. Other leg in front. Instead of a regular lunge, 45 degrees out, and then shift that direction. Okay, ooh, kind of hang out. I feel like something needs to crack or pop. Oh, lean, feel the stretch in the hips. Start to move the knee around. This should be a really open lunge. Okay, feeling the inner thighs stretching. We don't walk around every day like this, so most likely these muscles are gonna be pretty stiff. Good. Awesome, awesome. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got about 15 more seconds here. Maybe 10. Good. Taking your time. This is intentional for as we're getting into, you know, some more movement. It's springtime, summer's coming. Come out of this slowly, and you're gonna be using your body more. You're gonna be hiking, you might get stiffer, you might get tighter. You might wanna just reawaken your lower body. All right, inner thigh. How we're gonna do our inner thigh stretch is gonna be in a half frog, all right? So you'll be kind of hands and knees, and then you're gonna bring one leg out to the side, all right? Now from this position, I want your toe to stay facing forward, okay? Not out here, just facing forward, and then I want you to lean back and forward. Now you can go as low as you want, but I still want you to do that rocking lean forward, all right? 45 seconds here. I'm in kind of a weird spot, but I want you to be able to lean. Hi, Zara. Hi, Booby. What are you doing? We have our visitor. Good. You've got about 15 more seconds here. Hi. What are you doing? Danny is stretching. And then we'll go to the other side. Keep that toe in line. Make sure your heel to your bottom is also a straight line. For 3, for 2, for 1. Bring that in gently. Other side, okay? So I'm gonna slide it under here. Bring my other leg out to the side. Keep my toes facing forward. Slide it out, and then I begin to rock. Gentle rocks, not super big, but about every breath out, I want you to feel a little bit more of a release, a little more of a surrender. Tell your muscles it's okay, they're safe to be here. Breathe. If you're not as low as me, that's totally fine. You can also do this standing, okay? So if you wanted to do this standing, you would hold on to something, put your leg out to the side here, and rock forward and back, okay? I always want you to know that there is a way to do every single one of my workouts, no matter what skill level you are at, all right? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, we're gonna do a pretzel stacked knee type of stretch. You might have never done this one before, but it's okay. And you can also do this one sitting as best you can, like up in a chair. But if you're on the ground with me, what you're gonna do is you're gonna try to get both knees together, and you're gonna bring one leg over here and one leg over here. My hips are incredibly tight, so this stretch for me feels very intense. You're gonna flex both feet so both toes are facing forward, and you wanna make sure those knees are stacked, okay? Not like this. You want them directly on top of each other, and then you want from the heel to the knee to the heel to be in a straight line. And we breathe, okay? And we lean forward and back. We can hinge, we can round, we can lean, we can give variety, okay? Now for this one, I'm gonna have you switch which leg is on top, okay? So you're gonna get this stretch a little bit more. So I want there to be movement. I don't want you to sit here and be completely static, all right? If you feel this very intensely, maybe this is a stretch that you wanna add to your routine here. I'm adding some circles, going both ways. You got about 15 more seconds with this side. You can rotate, okay? You can feel how tight that side glute is. You can go both twisty twist, and then I've got my pillow in front of it, and switch sides. It's hard for me to see the timer. Other side. Okay, other leg is on top. You might notice one side is stiffer than the other. That's fine, just notice it, be aware of it. Flex the feet, straight line, start with a hinge. Be very gentle because you already stretched the other side. This side is not gonna be as stretched as the other leg on top. So give yourself grace here. Really breathe and imagine when you're inhaling, the oxygen is going straight to the muscles that are feeling tense and tight. Remember, you can round, you can slither, you can lean, you can rock, you can twist. Nice, nice. Oh, hi. Hello, wonderful. 15 more seconds here. And if you can't see Zara, she was just walking here. Yes, you, I said your name. Good, for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Now, this one we're only doing 45 seconds total, so you can pop right into it now. You're gonna sit on your heels. Okay, your knees are down, you're tucking your toes under, and you're sitting on your heels. If this one is inaccessible for you right now, you can grab a pillow, you can put it under your bottom, and it sits you a little bit higher if that's too much on your quads, okay? If that's still not possible for you today, what you can do is lean forward, tuck those toes under, and feel the pressure here. And then you're in control of how intense this stretch is. You've got 15 more seconds. Hang out here, make sure your heels stay together and they're not sickling out to the sides. Squeeze them tight, sit tall, and you're in charge. I like to kind of lean forward and drag my toes to feel the stretch through the bottoms of my feet, potentially a quad stretch as well if you're really stiff, okay? All right, next one is a figure 4. So you're gonna take a seat, you're gonna cross a leg over, so you're sitting here. You can do the standing, you can do it sitting in a chair, okay? You cross a leg over, you flex that foot to protect the knee joint, you sit it down, and what I want you to do is get as close as you can to that leg, to the calf, and then press that knee away from you, then open your chest, okay? So what that looks like sitting down is you're crossed over, you get as close as you can, you push that knee away, and you open the chest, and that should feel like a very, very intense stretch here. So you're already in the stretch, you can start to wiggle side to side, you can hinge forward and back, you can also twist here. I would say the twist happens more in the seated or the standing position. You got about 15 more seconds, so be patient here. Success is measured in millimeters when you're dealing with flexibility and mobility, okay? So the only reason I explained this to my client the other day, get ready to switch legs, is that the only way that you could get like a drastic change in your flexibility would be if you tear something, right? Because if one day you go from a really tight lunge to a really sinky drop lunge, something has probably torn and it doesn't feel good. What happens with flexibility is it's earned through consistency and through technical, intentional practice. So if you're just sitting here like a figure 4 stretch like this, that's very different than being flexed, pushing, sitting up tall, and then giving some movement. They mean completely different things, they stretch entirely differently, and they give you different results. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one, you're still sitting, but you're gonna be doing a calf stretch, all right? You can do this sitting in a chair as well. You might wanna use a towel or a strap to give you extra range if you're not able to grab your foot like this. But what you're gonna do, one leg is straight, you're gonna grab the bent leg, pull the toes back towards your face, keeping your chest nice and open. You're gonna slide that leg as straight as you can while still pulling the toes back. You should feel the stretch in the calf. Squeeze the leg as straight as you can. If you get that heel off the ground, great. Drag it back in, okay? 45 seconds each side. You can start to give like little twists. If you want to hit different parts of your calf, you can sickle to get the outside of the calf, or you can stay right in the middle. But don't just pull the ball of the foot back, pull the toes back as well. You'll feel the nervy shift. Good, switch sides. Hi Zara, are you walking around in circles? All right, so from here, grab that other leg, nice and tall, sit up tall out of your hips, drag it, stretch it, slide it, twist it, bop it, lift and squeeze, pull it back in. You can give some twisty doodle here, or you can stay all in the nice centered one, but I like to give a little variety, a little sickle, a little twist, because you've got a couple different muscles surrounding the calf and surrounding the knee, and of course, the foot. So you want to get a bunch of different angles if you can. Breathe, you got about 5 seconds. Good. The next one, we're just gonna stay down there in a pike stretch, all right? And stay down. So from here, legs are straight. If you want to fully fold over, you can fully fold over. If you want to be nice and aligned, you can be as flat as you can and try to get your belly button to your thighs. You'll feel that one a little more in your hamstrings, and it should feel more nervy, versus if you're going super far down. Now, you can use a strap, pull yourself forward. You can do this standing and do a forward toe touch. You can sit in a chair with your legs out and reach forward, okay? You can flex the feet, you can point the toes. There are so many different ways to do a pike stretch, but we're really trying to get into the hamstrings, keeping the legs straight, and maybe the low back, all right? Because the low back is kind of the next thing we're doing. We're working our way all through. We're gonna do butterfly low back and then a straddle pancake. I've completely lost track of time, but I think we have 5 seconds. I could be wrong, but that's okay. We're gonna go into the butterfly next. All right, so from here, I'm gonna move that pillow for sure. You're gonna butterfly, all right? You're gonna sit, feet glued together, and then you're going to sit up tall, all right? First part of this, you're gonna try to push your knees out, and you can give some rocks forward. You can twist, look up to the sky. You might feel this a little bit of a release in your lower back on the same side of the way you're looking. So if you're looking up to the right, you should feel the stretch on the lower right-hand side. If you're looking up to the left, you should feel the stretch on the lower left-hand side, okay? That's what we're gonna go into right now. So let's lean to the right. Let's push the left knee out as far away as we can while keeping both sit bones on the ground, okay? Don't let yourself tip a little teapot. Bring it back, push, twist, and look up. As you push the knee out and keep the left hip or sit bone glued to the ground, you should feel this lengthening happening from your hip all the way up through your low and mid back, okay? If you want a little extra, you can bring that hand behind the head and get the elbow to face the sky. Shake it out, other side. Lean to the left. Press the right knee down as far as you can. Keep the sit bone glued down. Look up to the right. Feel that stretch there as you're actively trying to reach your head to the diagonal and your hips down into the ground. For that extra stretch, hand behind the head, elbow up to the sky, keeping the hips down. Last thing is a straddle pancake. I know I went over on that one, but that one's a glorious stretch. So straddle pancake. So now, give me the biggest straddle you can give me, okay? This one, if you're sitting in a chair, you're gonna lean forward. If you have yoga blocks, that works. You can do the standing and put your hands on something as well, all right? So we're gonna slide our hands out, and you can kind of wiggle your butt to adjust as you slide out. Go as far as you can. The goal here is not forehead to ground, okay? It's belly button to ground. So if you can, either flex your feet or point your toes. Try to get your belly button as close to the ground as possible, and we're staying here for about 30 more seconds. No, we'll do 45 because we just got into it. If you've been into it already, you can stop when it says 15, but if you just joined me now, we'll go all the way till 45. Well, until 0, okay? And it doesn't hurt to hang out in a stretch a little bit longer. I just wouldn't recommend holding a stretch longer than 2 minutes without some kind of professional supervision or guidance. All right, so everything we've been doing today is to really release that lower body, to give you some movement there. Remember, if you've noticed, in all of these static stretches, I've never stopped moving. I'm rocking, I'm leaning, there's something that I'm doing. I'm pushing, I'm trying to get some different angles here. Good, go ahead and come out of that. Nice work. I hope that felt good and you feel a little looser, a little more open, and this was just lower body, okay? Take a look at my channel or the Train Like a Gymnast app for other kinds of flexibility videos. I know I'm doing one soon for shoulders and back, so that's gonna be great. I also have, I believe, an upper body one. If not, that is on my list as well. If you have been looking at this Train Like a Gymnast hat and you're like, oh my gosh, I want one, go to the Train Like a Gymnast website and order yours. And the cool thing about a lot of what we do, a lot of our apparel, not so much the kits, but our apparel is made to order. So yes, while it's not like the overnight one-day shipping, we don't create waste. We only produce what people want. So there's not a warehouse somewhere with a bunch of these hats that are gonna end up in a landfill someday, okay? So if you want it, it's made just for you. Join the app if you are curious about more of these types of workouts, trainlikeagymnastapp.com. And then for the hat, it's trainlikeagymnast.com. Okay, you can find all of that on the website. Don't forget to follow and subscribe and like and leave comments and feedback. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, my name is Danielle Gray. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but I'll see you on the next video.